Welcome, friends, to the Global Intel channel. Today, we're going to be talking about this terrorist strike on the Soleimani memorial that was going on, that now I think the number is over 200 people, and the implications thereof. All right, friends. Thanks for being here. Talk to you about this Soleimani implication and everything else. As you know, we have been talking on this channel about the push towards eventually a regional war. I don't like to give time frames, but when you read the tea leaves and you see all the things going on, it's pretty easy to see that this is not going to scale down. There will not be a de-escalation, a cessation, a ceasefire, anything of the sort. So since we last had you, Houthis were still chucking missiles at Red Sea, ships going to Israel. America really hasn't done anything. There was an incident a couple nights ago, and even reporting on it has become less and less. And so, not quite sure if they're trying to get their assets in place, or maybe they had some kind of a deal on the table and they were working towards it and they didn't want to ruin it. But at this point, any deals or any of that are all off. They're all gone. This last 72 hours has proven it. You had the assassination in Beirut of the Aruri. You have the Masabi guy. And now today, I think the final kick to the nuts is this Soleimani memorial. I think I heard that there were 4 blasts, suitcases. All this will change. I'm sure that more intel will come out and we'll get it. But America, as it stands right now, is saying they didn't have anything to do with it, which, I don't think they were directly involved. Israel, I'm pretty sure, has said they didn't do anything, or right now they're just kind of staying quiet. And the first initial blame I heard was on ISIS. I think you'd have to be crazy not to think that it wasn't Mossad. It was a well-timed attack. They're pros, the best anywhere, at this kind of thing. I mean, if you saw the footage of the Aruri guy, it was tactical, well done for what you're trying to achieve as it gets. So now what happens? Today, of course, Nasrallah was going to talk. He talked, said his usual things. Nothing really happens when he does it. He's kind of a cheerleader, if you will, almost at this point. And I think the natives are going to start to get restless. I think, there's people I follow, and one person said, if you don't think that this is pushing towards a larger regional war, or a direct conflict between Israel and Iran, or America, Israel, and Iran, and whoever else joins in, well, you're wrong. Taking out the head leadership of people, the Aruri guy who was supposedly a mastermind behind October 7th. However, the Soleimani memorial thing is personal. It is the kind of thing that will really fire up the other side. And the only reason, it's one thing when you're taking out a political person, a decision maker. It's one thing when you're taking out a decision maker. When you're just blowing up people mourning and memorials and a service, whatever you want to call it, at that point you're making a statement. Your statement is, we don't care who you are, we don't care where you are, we're going to bring it. And the Israelis have essentially did that. That's been my kind of concern with the Americans, is the Houthis have been able to do whatever the heck they want, really haven't had anybody, check them, stop them, post them up, And they've been able to get away with stuff. There hasn't really been, there's been zero consequences against them, with the exception of the other night, the 3 out of 4 boats getting taken out, 10 guys. But at this point, there was a final warning that was just basically put out by the Americans saying that we're done playing around. Israel is quite clearly saying to Iran that we're done. We're done with this whole playing around thing, and I really do think we're pretty much on the verge of this thing taking a real regional step. Now, when I talk about this kind of stuff and I put it out there not with any kind of a time frame. You can never call things out. I'm never going to be like, on this date, X, Y, and Z is going to happen, on that or whatever. I'll give you like a general area, but I basically read the human psychology. I think the reason why I've gotten things correct is I read the human psychology. It's one thing to say something, it's another thing to do something. Going in and doing this memorial was a real FU kind of move. It was nothing otherwise about it. Decision makers are decision makers. All right, you did the October 7th thing. We went after you. We got you. Okay. Taking out women, children, whoever that are sitting there praying and kneeling at a memorial basically says, this thing is barbaric. We are going to take the gloves off, and we're coming at you. And I'd say right now the gloves are taken off. So where do we go from here? Well, again, I'm not going to give a time frame, but in the not so distant future, like before 2025, this thing is going to go sideways. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen in 2 months. I don't know. But it's going sideways. There's no way about it. There's no way that the Iranians are not going to try to push back in some way. Because if they don't, eventually they're going to be really seen as weak. Also, you've got other players in the area they're probably looking at them like, what are you going to do? Turkish have been very quiet. Saudis are on the side of America. Jordanians are kind of, we're out of it. Egypt leans towards Gaza and Iran, especially after their meeting yesterday. But again, they got to play it cool. And Hezbollah, Lebanon, they're basically they're on the verge as well. And this is probably where the next fireworks are going to happen. And I've heard that. I haven't been able to look at much today, but they're going to... I think the north of Israel is where the next thing starts to happen. And I really don't think it's that long away, if at all. I can't imagine Hezbollah, who is much, much tougher than Hamas, sitting there and sitting back at this. I think what's going on right now is all the people in the region that are of a pro-Palestinian style are saying, you know what, we need to align. We need to get ready to come together and take them on. Even if that means taking on America, because obviously the Israelis are not going to stop. So at this point, we wait. We see where we're going. What's going on with all this? Why are we here? Well, I think the time of coexistence is over, and I think the time of war is here. So we shall see, but I think it's going to get real froggy real quick. So Friends, thanks for being here. Please tell people about it. I'll try and do things. Small channel, and because I don't want to show my face, they tend not to help. They like people with a face, all that kind of stuff. So anything you can do, share it out to any if you think this content is worth it, share it out somewhere. Put it in a comment on a favorite blog or Telegram channel or something like that. Just help out, okay? But you're already helping if you're here. So I appreciate you. God bless. And we will see you on the next one.